Pearl Harbor. I heard it the Sunday morning that it happened. That angered me, and I was 14 years old. I vowed I was going to go in the service there. I joined the Navy when I was 17.
Even though I graduated school, my mind never entered college because the war was on, and anybody who was 18 usually enlisted, which I did. 1 week after my 18th birthday, I was already in the Navy.
I was accepted into the 7th class of the 1943 Women's Air Force Service Pilots. I was taking flying lessons before the war started. I never intended to do anything with it except just fly for my pleasure. Then when the war started and there was a tremendous shortage of pilots, they went to the women who had licenses to help. We went through the same physical requirements and the same training that the aviation cadets, the male cadets, went through.
After I turned 18 in March, I was drafted. I was shipped to Camp Van Dorn, Mississippi, to the 63rd Infantry Division. The day after Thanksgiving, we climbed on the boat and went to Europe. They were in combat.
I grew up as an inner city kid in downtown DC, and I grew up in a tough neighborhood. I was valedictorian of my high school class. I took the exam for the Naval Academy. Of the 24, 25 guys ahead of me, I was the only one that passed exams. And later on, the Navy sent me to flight training. And when I first went to the academy and I got it, I was always interested in aviation. The Navy sent me to postgraduate school. They sent me to Stanford University, and then they put me back in the cockpit. Thought going back to the fleet and back to a cockpit was the right thing to do.
I was off to Lehigh University in Pennsylvania to study for a PhD in mathematics, and decided at that time if I was going to get drafted, I would rather go in the Navy and try and be a pilot. Went through basic flight training. At the end of that time, at the end of the year and a half, I got my wings, designated a naval aviator.
I didn't love war or fighting. A lot of people accuse me of liking the war. It was just the opposite. It isn't pleasant to lose best friends.
We'd get up every morning and go ahead. Every day we went ahead. No beds to sleep in. Sometimes you just lay on the ground and go to sleep. Spend the days in a foxhole, and naturally, mine happened to be overlooking the German town, and I didn't dare stick my head up during the day because of snipers. But hey, I lived through it.
I served mostly in World War II. World War II was really rough. I mean, for medics. The casualties, the average person doesn't know. I'm not ashamed to say it, but there's times when I think back, I cry a little, but I can't help it. This is what I'm made of.
I got the Bronze Star for Vietnam. I was there for the famous Tet offensive. We were there with 3 divisions. The Marine Corps, we have a model. When we go to an area, we leave with those who we brought in. Whether they're alive or deceased, we bring them out.
When you're in a crisis, you do the best you can. You make the best decision you can. And then you have to live with the results. Somewhere along the line, there's a guardian angel up there somewhere that says, okay, it's not your turn today.
I was down below. A bunch of us were sitting around, and we knew we were running into a storm, but we were watching the inclinometer on the ship. We had a critical angle of 54 degrees. A lot of the guys predicted that the ship would sink. I told them, if you're going to die, you're going to die. It's going to be right here. I just predicted that it would survive.
Yes, I could say proudly, Yes, I served in the Navy twice, and I have 2 honorable discharges. Not many people could say that.
Well, I just looked at it as being something that I had to do because I had joined the service. I think I contributed my little tiny bit. I've never thought that I was a hero, yeah.
By serving your country, you have a great deal of gratitude on what you received from your country.
There was no legislation that provided for women military pilots in the Air Force, and we eventually received veterans benefits. We were recognized as veterans. I'm so pleased that there are so many military pilots now, women pilots, and we're very proud of them.
My first one was in 1990, and he built up there. I think there were 39 of us in the group that made that first trip back. And I tell you, walking on that beach, I don't know how to explain it, but the tears are just absolutely uncontrollable.
To realize that they can trust the man beside them on the left and on the right, and they either got their front and their back covered, and that's the way I was proud of.